Okay, can you guys fill in Morgan, with what has been going on?
Mhm.
All right. I think the first and arguably biggest thing is that, in case you haven't gathered, I've decided to roll a new character. Nothing bad happened to Athos. I just felt like playing someone new.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm now playing Siguidia, who is a Hexblade Warlock, Asimar,
Ooh.
who thinks he is fighting for the light, and certainly tries to, but Warlock.
Thinks you're fighting for your friends.
Well,
Fight for truth, justice, and all of the...
Well, it's more along the Purge Darkness sort of fighting for the light.
Ah. Alright.
I think I don't recall exactly the last time you were here, but I think
neither.
we visited.
You were a bit distracted.
Yeah, I think we visited the Blue Woman and got a little bit of information on how to get Cronia some clothes. That one disappeared immediately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We explored a little bit of the garden, but then turned back when either there was an open door or trap doors.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went up through past Alpha Dread, looks like. Yeah, that was then.
Yep.
And back up into the Lizard Archives. And we've explored a bit up to the north. Nearly got party wiped. And we are now splitting fate to make the thread made of light and are killing the darkness that comes out.
Wait, what? wait. What was that last bit?
Quite literally, like, where I'm sitting down on the spindle trying to make thread, and shadows come out, and Siga's been killing them. The last one was very big.
And I am also now completely out of consumables of any sort. Well, not consumables, but limited use abilities, let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, not hit dice. I still have 2 hit dice left, but that's pretty much.
Okay. And then, so you're spending this light, and is this for the clothes, or is this for something else?
No, this is for the clothes.
I guess it makes sense. Like clothes made out of pure light would not age. I guess, maybe.
Also of note, last session, before we found the spindle, we were actually shown to it by a clay golem that all the darkness that people had been spinning, or at least by spinning, had been shoved into him.
How's he doing?
Not great.
Super stressed out.
Sounds like we should make our own golem and to shove the darkness into.
A, how would we make said golem? And B, C would very much not be a fan of that.
Okay.
I think that's the broad strokes of it.
Yeah, that's the quick version.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't have a note of how much thread we have so far.
right, I was going to redecide everything over the course of the week. So you guys have been working on this for about 2 hours. And we'll say you can get like 10 feet of thread per minute. So you have 1,200 feet of thread. But that's not... if you want to make cloth out of that, that's going to require more. And I don't know how far 1,200 feet of thread is going to get you, but that is what you have obtained so far.
I am actually looking that up right now.
Yeah, do we know what kind of clothes she wants to wear?
Anything, probably.
We're actually thinking of making a bikini because the last shadow that came out is too big.
Yeah, so the shadows that have been coming out have varied in size, kind of bigger and smaller. And some are a lot more difficult to deal with, but you know that if it touches you, it's extremely bad.
Uh-oh. Is there like any connection between like what shadow comes out, or is it seemingly random?
It seems to be random.
Okay. Do we know the mechanism that's happening here at all? About like why the spinning this light creates these shadows?
Not really.
There's a string candle up top, and it kind of funnels into a tube. And that tube splits into a lighter tube and a darker tube. And the lighter tube swirls and merges with the thread, and the darker tube goes straight into this mechanism that's like just full of needles. As if you're supposed to stick something in there to inject darkness into. But it has just been kind of pouring out and assembling into masses.
Out of curiosity, because these creatures seem to be made out of pure darkness, do they have a weakness to light?
Yeah, I'm just out of it. Well, not necessarily a weakness per se, but I hit one with something that enveloped it in light and it instantly died at one point. I just don't have any spells for day.
I wonder what happens if we just see her like put like a big fire in the thing that they're coming out of. do you think we could like head them off at the pass?
That's actually not such a bad idea.
It's certainly worth trying. We just didn't really have any way to do that.
Also, is there a problem if we just took a rest, or do we need to like spin this continuously?
We don't know. They told us that it breaks if it doesn't have anywhere to put the shadow, and we've been doing it for 2 hours so far.
Wow. Do you think like the breaks means like these shadows pouring out? Is that the break?
Maybe, but we also don't want to test if we stop and then it breaks.
Wait, we still have a bag of holding, right?
Yes. Yeah. Are you trying to suggest putting the shadows in the bag of holding? Because that sounds like a terrible idea to me.
I'm not very sure the logistics of that could work very well.
I guess like there is like something that stops like anything that's living or like living going into a bag of holding, right? Well, I guess I could stick my hand in a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, they're not really corporeal shadows until they're the actual monsters trying to kill you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they're sort of semi-corporeal, but not really.
Is there anything else in this room other than the machine that's making this thread and the shadows?
Not particularly. It seems mostly abandoned. It's a large machine that occupies about half of the room.
Okay.
There are 4 doors. All of them are secret from the other side, and I've put a set of caltrops on this side of all 4 of them.
Nice.
So far, we don't know if a lot of lizard people like have an alert or something that we're using this.
I mean, it's been 2 hours. They probably would have come already.
Yeah. Well, from the archives to here, maybe there's a little bit of time. There's like 4 halls.
It's still technically part of the archives, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the architecture is similar to the archives.
Back to one of my points. Do we have like? Is the machine off right now, or is it like going?
I assume the gore
it's going.
Is
going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still on it, yeah.
Yeah. Is there like an on-off switch, or do you have to? Is like it just continuously pulls out thread?
It's more of a manual operation. Like he's like pumping his feet like a
like a
kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was thinking of one of those manual spinning wheels type things.
This is advanced technology.
So just imagine Bunko on a bike now. I hope you're in your bear form on the bike.
Yeah, no, I'm not in the bear form. That would be an amazing idea, but no.
But like, if you stop pedaling, what would happen?
We don't know.
We don't know. Okay.
And we're afraid to try it for risk of breaking.
True. Yeah, if this breaks, then we'd be in a bad situation. Could I try to garner more information about this machine with any sort of wisdom check or knowledge check?
It would probably be like an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's try that. How's a 19? Ooh, rolling hot.
That's a
Better
very
than 80%
nice roll.
of her rolls last week.
The
I'd
flame
hope so.
up top is definitely interesting to you. It seems to have some kind of connection to another plane, or however it is drawing this. What you have been told is the thread of fate.
Yeah.
It has to do something with this flame. It is kind of like in motion, like a candle would be.
But it's not actually a candle, is what you're getting at, right?
Yeah, not necessarily.
Like
It's kind of shaped like the device is kind of shaped like a candle with a bowl under it.
Okay. Would I be able to like blow it out?
It is probably 10 feet above your head.
But like if I was next to it, would I be able to snuff it out? In my opinion.
It seems fire-like. And you'd kind of have to find out, I suppose. And otherwise, kind of a lot of the device's operation seems to be. It used to originally be just a plain spindle, and it was augmented with all this extra tubing. So a lot of the arcane nature of it is in this contraption that has been added on.
I got to wait just a minute.
Do we have anything with us that we think we could trap shadows in?
No. For a second, I was thinking to bring in an animal and stab him with those needles.
Yeah.
But a couple things passed. Like the golem didn't want that to happen to him or to somebody else. Siga is very let's call it zealous. So I don't think he's gonna let me bring a fake creature, stab it, and fill it with shadows.
Yeah.
And also, I'm almost out of spells because I've been suing furiously.
Is the golem still around here, or was it somewhere else?
He left immediately because he did not want to be in the same room as this thing.
Okay.
It's like 2 rooms over because we promised we weren't gonna connect him.
How far away is 2 rooms over? Like, can I just like walk to him? Or would that be dangerous?
He's in the room over here.
Yeah, he was like up and then over and then further this way.
But like, that's possibly dangerous. Like there could be things on the way.
There could be things patrolling. You guys have not seen any in this area yet.
Okay. Well,
And we've been locked for 2 hours here, so we don't know if anybody came in the last 2 hours.
How fast do the shadows like pull out of the needles? Like, is it,
I think we did one every 30 minutes.
Something like that.
but like
That's
like
with me, like putting my sword through them, trying to form, which slowed them down a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like constant work to get it to slow down to be that slow.
Wait, what if I continuously firebolt?
Question. Question. Do we have enough time to maybe switch? Because Siga's been fighting nonstop.
Yeah, that's
And,
something that you can do easily. If you guys organize that.
Ooh. Like we would like try to have some people rest while others work.
Yeah, switching seats is not difficult as long as you guys plan it out in advance, like in character or whatever. So I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very well.
It might not be a terrible idea. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have cantrips to attack from the distance, right?
I do. I'm a warlock, so I do have Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's not particularly upgraded because I took weapon invocations instead of Eldritch Blast invocations, but it's still bunny.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So, yeah, that's probably not a terrible idea since I'm out of any other useful things other than hitting it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Like you get on the bike. I'll try shooting firebolts at the incoming shadows and seeing if that slows them down a bit.
Yeah.
It's a constant stream of flamethrower firebolts.
I think that's a possibility for now.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't doing the equivalent of attacking it every round. I was just waving my sword through it, basically, occasionally.
Mm-hmm. So have we figured out how long we would need to be here to get enough thread? Like an estimate?
I just did a little Google, and it said like a t-shirt is approximately 16,000 feet.
So we're gonna be here for a week.
Well, you got about it'd be if you did 24/7, it'd be like within 48 hours, but
that's a little bit.
So what was the flame here before you started the machine?
Yes.
Okay. Can we just like cut off like the thread we have now and just like stop the machine and rest a bit?
Do we want to risk it? Because we've been doing it for 2 hours. Maybe it's gonna break.
That's true.
Does it look like it's like if I slow down? Does it look like it's gonna break? Do we see anything failing around it?
Is there anything that could indicate to us?
Why don't you make a perception check, Bagor? And I guess Morgan too, if Siga is on the power.
It's not like
that's an 18. No, nice. 22 perception. Yes.
As it slows down, the flame does like sputter a little bit and seems to be getting less strong, but it looks as is like if you were to stop, the flame would continue.
Okay, that's a good
sign. You don't notice any mechanical problems that start to arise as you slow down. So there's a chance that it might be okay.
Do we want to stop, guys? I think now will be a good time. For now.
I'm up for it. See, because like I don't think that you running this machine for 48 hours is plausible.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna take forever.
And probably a lot of constitution checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, there'd be
that
three of us.
good.
We could take turns being on the bike and fighting. But yeah, I say we stop.
I'm fine with
Maybe
just a
like
short rest.
fortify. Yeah, fortify this room and then take a short rest.
Yeah, doesn't sound like a very bad idea.
Yeah. Is there only one exit to this room?
There's
There are
four.
four.
One north,
Four?
south, east, and west.
Okay.
We just don't know where the other three go.
Okay.
I mean, I'm guessing that one of them leads to that mummy, the room with the mummy glass golem in it, but that's a guess.
Mummy
Yeah.
and a glass golem.
Yeah, like a couple rooms over, there was a mummy talking to a golem.
One of
I
the
think
lizard mummies.
Yeah, I think we couldn't make out what was being said or stuff like that.
Though to be fair, I don't remember if we really tried very hard.
Yeah, to be honest, no, we didn't go there.
Alright.
Remember, lizards don't really like me because I don't know how to read.
I don't think that's why they don't like you. Okay.
So, like, do you want to keep going for like 2 rounds more, maybe, and then we stop, or do we stop now?
I'm okay going another couple rounds, especially if I'm on the wheel.
Yeah.
Or at least one more, just to see how you two handle it. Because I'm pretty much spec'd out to fight these guys in particular. They're what I'm good against.
Yeah, to be
Yeah,
honest, you
Lord.
got a lot of
They're the
advantage.
whole reason that you live.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, you did say that you wanted to fight evil and destroy the darkness. You've been doing that for 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, as I said last week, in character, I mean, because the golem can let out a small amount of the darkness into him, just at semi-controlled.
Mhm.
And Siga in character would be perfectly happy just camping out there for a week, helping him drain the darkness out of him and killing it. As a player, that's not happening. So yeah, probably at least one more and see what happens
Okay.
with me on the wheel.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's switch.
Also, a warning to Morgan: don't step in the dark ectoplasm. It also is not good for you.
Don't step in the ectoplasm. Got it.
Yeah, there's a couple of
In a
puddles here and there.
Can I try to firebolt the dark ectoplasm? Try to clean it. Burn it away.
You shoot a blast of fire at it,
Uh-huh.
but it still remains. There's a little bit of smoke comes out of it, but it doesn't seem to have changed its size at all.
We need an evil mop to clean
I need
it
a
up.
stick.
I was kind of just
okay.
shoving them away with my sword. So,
Uh-huh.
but then I don't care what happens to it because it's conjured.
Yeah.
I do have 3 alcohol bottles If we want to like sweep it a little bit. Maybe if we find more bird people, we can give them like, hey, do you want to drink? Die.
Oh wow. I mean, as a player, I love the idea. Just don't do it.
Alright. So we're gonna go 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Yeah. We can progress time now.
Yeah, I can get produce flame ready because it says I can keep it until I dismiss the flame.
Fireball. Fireball. Fireball.
Why doesn't this give you the description? I need my description.
You click on the
There you
spells
are.
because it's the other one.
Okay, it slowly forms over the next 30 minutes. Are you constantly shooting fire into it?
Yeah.
It
power
does
of
go
cantrips.
straight through and like hits the wall behind it.
Oh. Does it seem to have any effect?
Seems to have at least a little effect.
Very
More
well.
kind of like pushing it than shrinking it.
Okay.
I'm gonna be using my spear for in the meantime because I don't want to be like super close to them. I mean, I'm still within 5 feet, but I want to have the I want to have the peace of mind.
Okay, if Bagor and Morgan can reroll initiative.
You know, in the future we could just skip initiative because I always get like 9 or 8, so it's not a
Just
lot.
assume.
How do you have less initiative than I do?
It looks like you have dexterity. That's how. I think
Is
you
it
have highest
good?
dexterity in the party.
Really? Even though like my initiative is just like a 2?
It looks like you have 14 dexterity. I have 12,
Yes.
and it looks like
Yeah. Huh.
Bagor also has 12.
I got 12, yeah.
Alright, it starts forming, and then all of a sudden, over the course of an instant, its form changes from a amorphous blob into a humanoid figure. And you saw the body is extremely dark, but the eyes are kind of just like a black nothingness. And it starts
I don't remember any
lunging for you.
humanoids before.
So, Morgan and
Alright.
Bagor can have an action each as a surprise. This one seems
Okay.
to be one of the smaller ones Bagor notices.
Okay, this is gonna be a little bit easier.
Alright. Time for some fireball.
I'm gonna come
I-
closer if I
yeah.
was too far.
I definitely like taking like a disengagement or whatever. No, wait, isn't disengagement not a movement?
It would be your action.
Yeah, that would be an action.
I mean, we've had plenty of warning. We could just assume he was already 5 foot further back or something.
If that's reasonable to assume.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Firebolt it to the face.
Roll it.
That's a lot of fire.
These things
Wait,
are...
is that correct?
Yeah, when
Wait,
you hit level 5,
that might
you roll
be-
2d10.
Okay,
Uh,
nice.
These things are extremely fast, and it actually dodges out of the way of your firebolt.
What? Wow.
Yeah, they're a little hard to hit.
Okay.
Any bonus action on your first turn?
Nope.
Okay, Bagor.
Here I go. Let me check something real quick. No, that's an action. Okay, I'm gonna go with the spear. Hack and slash. That's a very good hit for only 5 piercing.
Yep.
It's a very gentle poke, but accurate.
I go like, huh. That's it.
Yeah, you definitely pierce it, and it has an effect as it kind of screams and recoils from your stab. And we're into normal initiative, so Morgan can have another turn before it gets to act.
Guess I'll try that again. I believe I have this because it's been a while, but I believe I still have a Tie of Chaos.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I will gain advantage on this attack.
Alright.
I think we've also done a long rest since you last played, so yes.
Yes. Alright, good. Wow. Hey!
Well, advantage didn't help in this situation, but you do manage to blast it with fire. It gets it square in the chest, and it is enough to kind of evaporate it into like a blob forms midair and kind of just splats on the floor with ectoplasm.
The advantage would have been really nice if those dice rolls had been the other way around.
Yeah.
True.
Will have been one turn.
Yeah. Do we can we like use a broom to clean this ectoplasm?
I
Do you have a
think
broom?
you can. I can give my sword to you. Just it'll disappear after 1 minute after being more than 5 feet away from me.
I'm trying to remember. Is a hex sword? Can you like change the shape or the style of the sword?
Okay. Technically, when I summon it, I can summon it in any shape I choose. Any melee weapon plus the specific range weapons because I took that indication. I've just been assuming that I can change the shape at will because I've only been doing that out of combat, so it doesn't matter. Because I can always just dismiss it and resummon it.
Can you make it a shovel?
I don't know if I can create improvised weapons.
I don't know. DM, do you allow it or not?
Wait, if I'm using the spear, is that a two-handed weapon?
You may use it either two-handed or one-handed, I believe.
Yeah, it's versatile.
Because if so, I have a shield that I won't be using for a bit. So we can sweep it to the side.
I mean, a great axe will make a fine sweeping thing, right? I'll just make it have a flat blade.
Yeah, great axe with a flat blade. Okay.
I mean, it might take a couple summons, but that's fine.
Oh, this is versatile. So yeah, I can use it at two hands.
Nice.
Yeah, it's points or 1d8 if I remember right.
Not saved yet.
Sorry, ignore that. I'm trying to copy something.
You did 5 damage to the void in front of you.
Take that, air.
Alright, you managed to push the ectoplasm aside into a pile with the others. Are you going to go for one more round?
Yeah. I think we can go another round before we deciding.
And before max danger spawn and a party wipe.
What's the worst that can happen?
The shadow is constantly being pumped out of this machine, and it eventually continues to grow. And around 30 minutes after, another shadow being forms. We'll keep the initiative, I think.
Sure.
I'd ask if I could get like one spell cast every 2 rounds or something, but I'm pretty sure the machine's in the way, so I won't be able to do anything anyway.
It's not super convenient. This one seems to be. It's not the worst that you guys have seen, but it is definitely not going to be easy.
So it's like a venti shadow, or more like a grande.
It's definitely in the medium territory.
Yeah.
I
All right.
haven't gone to Starbucks.
It's probably American medium, not European medium, but we're not quite at European large yet.
So Morgan, you see it start assembling before you.
Okay. So I get a free attack?
Yeah, you
surprise
get
attack?
one turn before initiative starts.
Alright, let's fire bolt again. Let's reread my character one more time. We see attack check or sensor. Can use 2 special. Yeah, never mind. Okay, yeah, firebolt to the face. Hopefully. Yeah, 24.
Firebolt up the butt.
Alright, you hit it square. And it recoils, but it is still kind of standing up from the ground. Bagor.
Okay, this time I'm actually gonna use that spear two-handed. I'm gonna go at it.
Hey!
Did I do it? Yeah. If I had that speed, that would have been a crit. Damn it.
I love the idea of someone yelling at you, use both hands!
I guess it's not really fair if I reroll initiative every time, so we're just going to keep the original one, so Morgan can go one more time.
Sure. Okay.
I thought that was rolling for the severity.
I've been doing that in secret.
Okay, that makes sense. Alright, this thing looks like it.
It looks like it's nearly halfway defeated.
Okay. Then I'm going to use a Scorch Ray then on him.
Okie doke.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly,
3 attacks.
Hey, crit.
Yay!
15 and let's see. Yeah, no. Okay.
So only one of the 3 bolts hits your target, but you do roll a d20 to see if you have a magic surge.
Sure.
And
is it slash R?
Yes. Not this time, but
I didn't bother to take any fires.
I think that gets your Tides of Chaos back.
I think so too. I'll read it, but yeah.
Okay. So the start finally stands up to its full height, and it just reaches out to try to grab the closest person.
Which is probably me.
You're able to back off with your spear. And you see an opportunity to attack.
Like full, like anime teacher. Too slow! Ah! Is 18 enough?
Yes, just barely.
Yes!
It
Kinda.
lunges towards you, and you take a step back, and then you just thrust your spear into it. But it is still alive. Morgan.
It's all on the footwork.
Yes. That is a correct statement. Alright. I will firebolt him again. Hopefully in the face. Not in the face. I miss.
Another lunge at Bagor.
Give me
with
one
with
sec.
its bonus, it shouldn't hit.
Yeah, because my AC is just 15.
So it touches you and
Actually,
you're instantly filled with dread. Yes?
I don't think my armor should be 15 because I don't have the shield anymore. So it's probably like 13 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're filled with dread and fear. Make a... Can't remember what save I was
I
doing
think you had
before.
me roll it's either charisma or constitution.
Charisma save, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, for Sega you made charisma.
Yeah, which I like.
That's gonna be good. I have -1.
Hey.
The light flashes before your eyes, but you're able to withstand the evil touch. And you can take your turn again.
Okay, that was not cool. Don't touch me anymore.
Aw,
Damn it.
so close.
Morgan.
That could have been a crit.
Yep. Alright, I will. This guy's kind of dangerous. I'll use another Scorch Ray on it. Boop.
Alright.
20, 17, 22.
Two of them blast into it,
Think
and
two. Yep.
is enough that the impact of the fire kind of pushes it away, and the ectoplasm goes flying a couple feet, and conveniently lands next to the others. Roll a d20 for your wild magic too.
Sure. Dang. One of these days.
Isn't that only on roll 1 or something?
Yeah, it's a 1 in
Yeah.
20 chance.
That's actually mildly unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's some crazy things that happen.
Oh, I know.
It's why. Yeah.
Just makes things interesting if it happens more often.
Yeah.
And again, this is coming from someone who's played 40k Dark Heresy. And Psychers in that are a little bit more weird.
Alright, Bagor, you feel intense relief. You definitely don't want to go through that again.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for the bear that I popped into existence a while ago. Do you think maybe these things are made out of our fates because we're in the room?
Wait. You saying like we're spinning our own fate into thread?
Maybe because that fear thing that I got felt personal. Then again, magic is magic, so
I mean, it could just have been like the embodiment of fear.
possibly. If
I would
we
not worry over much.
Yeah. Do you want to do another round, or can I go check on the golem to see how's he doing?
Yeah, I'm fine checking on the golem. I'm more interested in like trying to stop and seeing if we would be good with stopping.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Everybody on the ready to keep pushing on that thing?
Right. So stop, fortify, short rest, then check with the golem.
Possibly.
Alright. So since I'm at the wheel, I'll sorry, that was a bit more literal than I intended. the inverse of what I just said. I'll start slowly slowing down.
And I'm gonna be like Patrick in the SpongeBob, like slowly, Sega, slowly, Sega, careful, Sega, slower, 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 careful, be careful, Sega.
Sega, being in the military, is perfectly used to ignoring officers, and is therefore he ignores him.
The machine starts to slow down. You hear kind of the flame flutter a bit, but it seems to be staying strong for now. And eventually, your feet stop. And as the gears turn,
explodes.
Everything else stops.
Is the candle still lit?
Yes.
Okay.
It seems like a smaller flame than it was while it was running. It's hard to remember if it looked like that before you started it up or not.
So if my general math is right, we should have about 1,800 feet.
Yeah, pretty much. Are you going to cut it off and take it with you?
For now, did we use all of the clothes that we put in there, like the bird people clothes?
It's mostly gone. You might need a new source.
Let's find more bird people.
I mean, we could also just nab a mummy, or that's player speaking, not Sega.
Yeah.
Because they're wrapping.
Yeah, that's a choice.
Who goes to cut the thread?
I'll do it.
What are you going to use to cut it?
I guess I'll use. I think I have a dagger on me. I'm going to try to cut off a dagger. This is a normal one.
You kind of just grab the thread in your hand and put the knife in between it and stretch it. But it does not break with your dagger.
Guys, I think I might have a bit of a problem here.
What's wrong? Like, do you see another shadow, maybe?
No, I can't cut the thread with my dagger. I could try to, burn it off with magic, but I'm not sure if you guys would like that.
Maybe not so
sure
close to the machine.
Would work.
How about your magic sword?
Yeah,
Well, from my knowledge of magic, you use magic to fight magic.
That sounds reasonable to me. I'll go ahead and form a dagger and try to cut it.
I still want to
Which
use
does
this.
count as magic.
Make an attack roll with
weapon.
your weapon.
Don't miss.
Thread.
I'm going to roll just a different weapon because they don't actually have a dagger on there to ignore the damage.
You saw on it for a little bit, and you make a dent, and eventually, after a couple minutes, you get enough to.
I think that would be dagger damage, if my math serves right.
Yeah, eventually you get enough to break the thread, but it took a couple minutes.
Well, at least we know it's resilient.
Looks like it. Do we want to camp out here, or do we want to go somewhere else?
I mean, I guess
Or
I
we
could
have-
wait.
haven't been interrupted here yet.
Yeah.
For short rest, this should be fine.
Yeah.
Very well.
And I still have those caltrops in front of the doors.
And we can talk to the golem to see if he knows how to cut the thread more easily than this.
He probably doesn't. He, generally speaking, we asked about it before, and he generally had his eyes closed because, he was spiked onto it. Anyway, and being flooded.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah. Short rest. Yeah.
So you're gonna start off with a short rest then?
Yeah, I'm gonna take first watch just in case.
No, I can take first watch. I don't need to heal.
Oh, all right.
I'm actually still at full hit points as well. I think I got healed to max.
Am I the only one that's hurt in this group?
You
I
want
think
to
you
take
healed
first
me
watch?
to max at one point while I was fighting.
Well, Sika would benefit from a short rest by getting his spells back as well.
Yeah. Spells, next blade.
Oh, you get spells in short rests.
Warlock does.
Warlock. I get 2 spells per short rest.
I see.
I'm jealous, but yeah.
2 spells is solid.
That's more than I get. It's more than 0, and that's a lot. I'm gonna use one of my hit die. All right, that's better now.
I'm gonna just kind of run some encounter checks to see if anything in particular that wants to investigate this area is nearby. At least during the short rest, though, you guys all feel kind of the familiar but still unwelcome unnatural hunger. So while you're resting, you start kind of just find yourself inadvertently snacking on your rations.
Alright. After the short rest, just to try, even though I'm pretty sure it won't work, I'm going to try to prestidigitate the floor directly under the ectoplasm clean, in hopes that it will clean up the ectoplasm.
Does not seem to have any effect.
It was a cantrip, worth trying.
Well, that was something. Do you think we're... Nah, no, never mind. Ooh, question. What this blue lady, Gretchen, she asked us for a living being, right?
Let me open my notes. I don't actually have it. It was something like that.
Yeah, I see over here like a living thing, but ironic comment on the notes we took.
Sure.
No. Then what I thought is not gonna work. I'm still gonna try to scoop a little bit of this black thing into one of the bottles I have.
Okay. What are you using to try to scoop it up?
The edge of my sword, maybe. I'm gonna be spooning it.
Definitely time consuming, but possible.
All right.
I remember someone or something touching the stuff before and it like doing the weakening slash aging effect, which is why we're trying to avoid. Just say no.
Hmm.
I don't remember what that thing was.
It was his summoned bear.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it was my my spell of conjure animals.
But yeah, it seems that your short rest is uneventful.
All right. Um, After we're done with the break, I'm gonna go take a pic on the golem. I'm not gonna go in and talk to it. I'm just gonna watch from afar, see if anything changed or something.
No, he seems to kind of just be bracing himself against the wall and just generally struggling to keep the shadows in.
All right. After I see that, I come back because I don't really remember if we told him we're gonna break this right away, and we still need some thread.
I know we told them we expected to break, but I don't know we would break it.
Well, for now, um, do we want to continue exploring for a bit, or because we're super far from the resting room, if we want to go have a long break anytime soon?
Mm.
And we didn't check the music before in that place made of where the floor was teapots.
What?
Yeah, one of the rooms that we went to get here was filled almost literally by teapot.
Huh. And I'm sure that nothing bad happened in that room.
Well, we try not to break the teapots.
There's some gaps that you could walk through without stepping on them.
Huh. Is there any possibility that there's a closer, safe room?
It's possible, but it would require exploring.
Require some exploring, yeah.
By the way, did you see a way out of the magical darkness that we saw a couple last time?
I think there was one on the other side, yes, if I remember. Yeah.
Maybe we can go that way.
We can. I think we just left because, yeah, we did something that it said not to do. And
Right.
may have broken.
Yeah, I remember something like that.
So we could do that. Try to get
Mhm.
through there. I would probably have to guide you too.
Mhm.
Could get back to Teapot's room because there's a lot of doors there.
Yeah, but 3 of those were locked. And
Well,
from
there-
the other one was
Right.
music, I think.
Oh yeah, there was music coming out. That's true. I don't think we checked if those doors were locked. There were doors, which was unusual.
No, well, yeah. Oh, we still have the wand of rope trick, right?
Yes, we do.
The what trick?
Yeah.
We started the campaign with a wand of 8-hour rope trick.
Oh. Huh.
I don't think we've ever actually used it.
No, you haven't.
I think
But
we
we
used
had-
it once.
When was that?
If you used it, it would have been really early in the campaign.
Yeah, before we found the resting points. And we found the first one fairly quickly, I think.
We prefer to walk all the way through this maze to the safe room than using that.
Well, previous times when we would have used it, we were a lot closer to those resting points.
True. Very well.
That's it.
Considering we broke something that wasn't supposed to be, maybe we go try with the music.
I'm actually curious to see whether it's fixed itself. Because
Well,
someone
that
put
too.
it past its to have fixed itself.
Mhm. Yeah, sure. We can go look. I mean, our main goal right now is to somehow get enough thread out of this machine to then make the dress for the time lady. But it feels pretty slow.
It is.
I wonder if there's a way to speed it up.
I think he said if we were putting the darkness into something instead of just letting it form, then it would be faster.
Uh-huh.
I think that was mentioned at some point. But there are significant moral obstacles to that. Also,
I think-
practical ones. But Seeger's more concerned about the moral ones.
Could we maybe find... I wonder if we could find like just like an object that could store darkness. Like, does it have to be something living or living like?
I think we asked about a normal, mundane object at some point, and we were told it would basically break immediately, if I remember. But I suppose theoretically possible a magical artifact could.
The needles, the way they're formed, would kind of be hard to put into any non-fleshy thing.
And it did say that it needed to be bound with something living, something alive.
Okay, I don't remember that, but I believe it.
I think that was in the notes that you were given about this place.
We also, I forgot to ask if there's any other passageways off the B city, because we didn't actually look in that room for obvious reasons.
If I remember what room that is on the map, I think there was one to the left, further into that room.
I put a question mark there, and I'm pretty sure we never actually asked. So that's another option. Though we willing to bet that connects up to the teapot room. Through a couple of other rooms, obviously. But
I mean, we still have the option of these secret passageways in this room.
That's certainly true. I wouldn't be surprised if they're occupied, but we certainly have that option.
Like, you go into the room and 20 lizard people turn around.
Yeah, that kind. Well, I mean, also, the room we came from had the clockwork birds that we ended up killing. I suspect the one to the left connects to that glass golem. So if those are both true, then it follows that the other two would also have some sort of thing in them that would react. It's a stretch, but it's logical to me.
By the way, did I get those birds? I wanted to see if we can put them in the bird cages we have.
I think you have one dead one that was mostly intact. The rest of them kind of got turned to scrap.
Got
A
it.
little bit.
Very well. I say we go back to the darkness, just in case it fixed itself.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, we've got... So that is back up here. There's some... Open the door quietly as you can. Doesn't seem to be anyone in here at the time, and there's still scraps of gears and things all over the floor in here. Continue into this hallway, which is kind of just covered in scrolls up to your knees. And further in is the... Can't remember if I made a page for it or not. The dual weaving machines, one constantly weaving some kind of image, the other constantly turning it back into thread, and that thread goes back into the first machine. And that is not it. Okay, maybe I don't have anything. But
I think you didn't make a room because we didn't do a lot there.
yeah. So past that is the magical darkness room, and from there, as you get a little bit closer, you can hear wailing and weeping.
Sorry, I had to stop for a moment, but I'm back, and I heard that last bit, so I'm gonna immediately try to start being stealthy.
Okay.
Try being the operative word there. With disadvantage.
So do you approach the door to try to get some?
No, that's just wherever we were when we started hearing that. I kind of stop where I was and try to hide and be stealthy.
You are in the reweaving room with the two machines weaving and unweaving the tapestry.
But just as soon as we heard that.
The sound, the source of the sound is coming from the dark room.
I'm shocked.
Well done, Siga. You made the room cry.
Actually, I was going to suggest someone else go up to there, but that would be useless. So I guess it is to me to try to sneak up to try to do just enough to see what it is and then immediately turn around.
Last time I wasn't able to see anything, right?
Yeah, it's magical darkness that makes the room essentially black. You can't see anything.
Okay.
But Siga kind of runs along the wall and tries to peek
Clank,
in.
clank.
He gets far enough to see that the room has... Whoa, sorry, bird. Several lizard women in it. The chameleon women. And they are, like, some of them are on their knees, like, picking up the dust that used to be the city. And others are kind of just, like, banging on the walls. But as you kind of peek into the door, one of them turns and says something in a language you don't understand, and the rest of them turn towards you.
I'm trying to think of a witty one-liner, but I'm coming up with a blank right now.
You start backing away from the door as they start approaching you, but you can see them. They are kind of like walking slowly with their arms in front of them. They seem to be blind in that room as well.
Really?
Zombie. I mean,
I'm really tempted to dart in there myself, but that's several kinds of dumb. So I'm just gonna take them moving slowly as an opportunity to
attack.
to advance in the other direction.
To advance in the opposite direction. So you kind of see the haste in Siga's eyes as he turns from that doorway. And he starts...
It may be advisable to find a secure location away from here.
did the room get angry at what we did before?
No, just a chameleon woman in it.
Oh. Okay, it will be a good idea to go back. Do we try with the clay golem with the other doors?
Siga does not approve of leading enemies towards it. Towards the clay golem itself, I mean. But secret doors are secret, so we can just try to hole up in the loom room, which sounds really weird, but is actually fairly accurate.
I think a loom creates material, and this is a spindle which creates thread.
Yeah, loom weaves the thread and cloth. My bad. Yeah. But still, it has secret doors on the doors leading to it are secret, so if we can get there without them seeing, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but if they don't see us, who's to stop them from going to the golem?
I assume you guys have been moving during this conversation.
Yes.
So around now, you guys
Yeah.
at least arrive in that basic area.
Well, it's either we go there or we lead it to places where there are mummies. Or teapots. Or bees.
I'm not against them bothering the mummies. They don't like me, so...
Alright, teapots it is then.
Woo!
Yep. We should get some teapots.
We didn't want to find out what happened if they got disturbed. Our worst case theory was that something really, really liked them. Something big. So it seems like we are running towards the teapot room.
Yes. So
Sorry, advancing towards.
You head into this hallway, which is the strange machine that produces silence with I believe the woman and the glass golem are here as well.
I think they were kind of in this side room. Or something like that.
Oh,
Yes,
this
yes.
is where the lizard was taking notes.
Yes.
Yeah, there was just a lizard mummy taking notes here. And he doesn't pay you much attention as you walk by.
As I was going on.
Directly south of here is a room that's filled with the teapots.
I'm gonna wave at him as we pass by, because I assume he likes me.
He doesn't look up at all.
Any interesting looking teapots?
You may make an investigation check.
How is a 10?
You can kind of tell most of them are pretty mundane. A lot of them don't even have like metallic painting on them for accents. It's more kind of just plain colors. Inside, most of them contain some kind of dried powder. But you don't see anything that kind of stands out. Yeah, like the remains of some kind of tea or something else that used to be in the teapots.
Huh.
So I'm going to set myself up, like try it in this square or so, and like stand facing the doorway with my sword in the, stereotypical point down, palm on my hands, resting position, and just face the bird wait. And I'll try to gesture to the others to kind of go to the left, away from here.
Sure.
You need a hand?
It, depending on how far away it sounds like they are, I'll either nod and or say, they seem to like darkness.
We can't have that. This is the teapot room, right?
Yeah, there's teapots all over the floor here.
Can I stick a finger in one of the teapots on the palate and try to have a taste to see if it is like remnants of tea?
You're willing to taste dust in this kind of maze?
It is weirdly metallic. And possibly blood.
Possibly what?
Blood.
Blood, huh?
I was going to make the joke about them using lead paint on the teapots, but now it just sounds like blood.
Huh. So you think that these teapots might have just been like used to hold blood in?
Yeah. There's a couple different like colors of remains in there, so not all of it is the same, but the most common is whatever the substance is.
Huh.
Yeah, so I'm going to wait just standing facing the door there for either a couple of minutes or until the chameleon women get here, whichever comes first.
I will find the nicest looking teacup and take it.
Okay. About a minute later, 3 chameleon women show up. Actually, I need to redo that.
I'm also, while I'm waiting, going to make sure I have my sword tip pendant hanging outside of my armor, so it's resting on my chest. Exposed.
Okay.
Is the hard thing.
We will roll initiative.
All right.
As we do that, I'm going to boom out in my best parade ground voice, which is pretty good because I'm an NCO. Hold! Why do you chase us when we have done nothing to you?
I just facepalm when I hear him.
Yes. Talk them out of fighting.
That's worked before.
They simply just say, "You milk drinkers will pay for what you've done."
I think they know, Zega.
Wait, we drank milk? Is that wait? Is that like a mammal insult?
It could be.
Bless you.
Okay. So one of them immediately kind of just dashes in.
Oh, that's fast.
Out of curiosity, do the teapots count as difficult terrain?
No, but look at it this way. We're gonna find out what happens when you step on them.
This whole room will be difficult terrain, sure. I think it has enough movement to get in. And it unleashes a machete attack as well as just a feral attempt to bite you.
Well, Spindle will get me.
So 2 points of damage.
Oh no!
And you have an opportunity to react to this.
I will reply, "So be it," and then cast darkness.
What?
Where is the center of your darkness?
I think it can be on an object. Yeah, so I'm gonna center it on my sword tip pendant.
Okay.
Wait, I thought you were against darkness.
Shush! Don't question the warlock. Sadly, that counts as an action, so I can't now attack. I looked at the rules, and it looks like if they can't see, then they'll get disadvantage on attacking, and if they can't see, I get disadvantage attacking them.
Yes, that makes sense to me. But
And I don't.
Bagor is also currently temporarily blinded.
Yes.
Ah! I
That's
don't
like
see
trying-
it. Not even with my crystal eye that shines in the
No,
dark.
Oh.
It is primarily just a normal eye.
Crap.
It just happens to be made of crystal.
This chameleon woman bumps in, feels something scaly, and then turns to her right where she knows other people are. She can only get this far. She's going to prepare an action. Bagor, it's your turn. You can't see anything. Using your passive perception, you might be able to hear something close to you.
If that's you, Siga, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna try to hit it with the sword.
Okay, attack with disadvantage. Can you swing wildly, but you don't
That's a 9.
feel it hit anything?
Okay, I'm not sorry because I didn't hit you. And that's my turn.
Okay, I'm gonna just stay in the darkness.
For now, because I know there's something there.
Morgan, you see
There's something there.
just like
There's
10
something
feet in
sweet.
front of you, there's just like a wall of blackness.
Huh. This wall of blackness.
This wall of blackness also contains Bagor's voice.
So I probably shouldn't just, fire wildly into it. What if I fire magic missiles into it?
You have to see
I
a
always-
target to
Oh.
make-
Oh, okay.
A lot of magic requires you be able to see your enemy.
Yeah. How long does this last for? Oh, up to 10 minutes this whole time. I guess I will back up, and I will prepare a firebolt for if anything that's not friendly comes out of the darkness.
Perfect.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do
That's
you
my
prepare the pew?
I prepare the pew pew. Not the pew pew pew, because that's the other one. That's where it's fires 3 times.
That makes perfect sense, yeah.
Yeah.
You will probably notice a chameleon woman kind of blindly walking out of the darkness, so you may shoot a firebolt at her.
How is it? 22.
Definitely hits. 14
Four.
points of damage. she will use the dash action to run right up to you.
Okay.
The chameleon woman that is right in front of Siga will just attempt its 2 attacks anyway.
The 18 will hit.
Both
so like you're trying, you can see her, but her ferocity, kind of you block the first attack, but then she uses that and she bites your arm.
I'm a soldier. I'm used to blocking weapon attacks. I'm not used to people trying to bite me in middle combat.
They use something for the next.
You didn't fight at school.
Your turn. So.
All right. I'm going to use my bonus action to drop. This might actually be a bit of a waste. I'm going to do it anyway. It's a short rest. To drop Hexblade's Curse on the one in front of me, and then attack it twice with Greatsword.
Check. Damn.
That second one is actually a crit.
Very good.
The second one's also a crit. Yeah, 19's because I put Hexblade Curse on it. So rolling an extra damage, 11.
I don't
know.
I guess you don't get disadvantage in the darkness.
Yeah, he can see through magical darkness. Yeah. Thanks to your curse, you are able to defeat her in 1 turn.
All right, and then I will take the time to move to there. By rules, this will cancel out the disadvantage from the darkness for Bagur. I don't know if that makes logical sense.
Yeah, I think
probably not.
Like if you don't know what flank's happening, does it really count as a flank?
Well,
this says
technically,
if the target dies, you may heal. It looks like you have taken damage, or is that just your token being healed?
Yes. Yes, I have.
You've taken the bite damage.
That's half the reason why I did it.
So
I just need to double check how much it was.
Get that
flanking is supposed to happen because the target is distracted, so I don't think the darkness is distracting her enough.
She will try to continue moving.
But that does mean I get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, you would.
Crate on booming blade.
Did the darkness move with?
Yes, it did.
Siga?
Yes, it does.
It just doesn't change anything because it's still 15 feet away.
Oh, did it? Okay, I'm not in the darkness. Okay.
So that's a 21 plus an additional 4 if they keep moving, or if they move after I hit them.
No, she can stop. So.
Yeah, it depends on when. Yeah, okay.
And she will attempt blind attacks against Bagur. Neither one hits.
Yeah.
Bagur.
Same as before with the passive perception. Do I have a general idea that
she moves? She's kind of the direction she's in, but so you'd have disadvantage, but you may attempt to attack her. And you kind of know that there's something else going further to the left. But there was just recently some kind of magical boom directly in front of you here as well.
Actually, hang on. It may have overdone the damage there because it told the... Oh wait, no, never mind. Ignore what I just was saying.
Okay. Bagur.
Well, I'm gonna go with the closest one anyways, because I don't want to move in the dark and maybe break something.
Oh, the pots are breaking all over the place.
Yeah, but I haven't broken anyone, so just in case that something angry comes, I can still say, I didn't do it. And I'm gonna try with the sword again.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
You slash out at it, and you feel it hit something, and whatever you hit goes completely limp.
I'm gonna go like Sega.
Well done.
Oh, so it
Good
wasn't you.
job.
Thank God.
Morgan.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alright. I. Can I? How much movement do I have? Can I disengage and then run into the shadow?
You may.
Okay. I will then first quicken a spell.
Okay.
And so 2 points I use. I will sword burst out to hit this person right in front of me. So I believe they need to. They make a dex saving throw, but I can't bring it up for some reason.
14.
My DC is 15. So to be taking 2d6. And then I will disengage and run into the shadow.
All
Oh,
right.
that's why he's asking me for a level. Okay. So I guess that would be the closest shadow.
It is a circle around Siga, so it is kind of here. Would be the
15?
closest.
So like right here. Okay. So I'd be in the shadow out here.
Yes, you would. The chameleon woman will dash through.
Running away. I guess Sigurd's the only person that sees it. Oh, running away.
Siga.
Alright. Seeing it running away, I will drop concentration on darkness.
Yep.
And then will I be taking attack penalties for shooting between the two?
you can move.
Possibly like a small, like half cover.
Alright. In that case, I'll use my movement to move to there first. And then Eldritch Blast it. That was... Oh, it actually did work. Alright. So 2 attacks, 16 and 25 for 4 and 7.
Wait, did you double roll twice?
5th level, you get shoot 2 beams.
No, I meant like you rolled 16, 16, and then 25, 25.
Oh, yes, I did.
Both blasts hit it. The first one knocks it limp, but the next one kind of just blasts it into the wall, knocking over more teapots.
Soon as the darkness drops, I see Morgan next to me. Like, ah! Oh, Morgan. Sorry.
As soon as the last one falls over, I'm going to stalk over to it and check if there's anything useful on its body.
Mm-hmm. How many teapots were destroyed in the fight? Like, is it just a record?
Yeah, a lot of the like central area is pretty much a mess. You find 18 gold on this one, Sega.
Alright.
I'm also gonna check the one that I hit in front of me.
You find a strange bag that has a note. This note says, "It doesn't like this. Use it to stop it getting back into the walls. Look out, it can come from anywhere." And inside the bag is a strange powder.
Huh.
I assume somebody read that for me.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll go back and
I
check
forgot for
the
a second.
first one.
Huh.
I'm gonna be looking at that
I'm-
note like, yeah, Morgan, can you read this for me?
Sure.
I feel
So
like
I'm thinking
when
back
Morgan
to
gets
the-
has to turn it around because Bagor had it up and down.
Can we stuff the shadows in a dead body? Like, did it have to be a living body?
Huh.
We were
That's a
told
very good question.
living.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
I
I'll
mean,
get over to.
if we wiggle it, it still seems living, right? I'm gonna make like a puppet show with that woman. See?
Oh my god.
It's kind of living.
I'll go ahead and check this first body I killed as well. And additionally to anything useful, I'll also just investigate if it's clothes. Because we need cloth.
They do not wear particularly much, but there's a little bit. You find a single ration.
Alright. And I'll go ahead and do that. Get the clothes off the other two as well. Just for the cloth.
So we'll say you've got enough cloth to do probably another 2 hours with what remains and what you've gathered.
Do you want me to label that dust somehow?
No, just refer to the note, like say dust with note about something in the walls. I don't know.
I suspect as a player, not as a character, because Sega didn't see it, that it's this for the creature we saw kind of semi off screen. Take our initial cleric question mark.
Probably.
Yeah, the paladin cleric, the good guy.
Yeah. Just above the crypt. The sarcophagus, whatever. We're taking a short rest, and then he left between sessions, so a monster came out of the walls and grabbed in like session 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as a player, I suspect that's what it's for. Sega has no idea.
Possibly. Maybe I get a small idea of what's going on, but I don't know. Yeah, I kind of get an idea. Just in case.
Bagor.
Yes, sir.
How recently did you like come out of the wilderness before you entered into the maze? Like pretty recently, or have you kind of just lived?
Yeah. No, I think it was recent.
Okay, then you
Like,
might not have
I'm just
any
exploring.
extra hints, but yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't one for exploring a lot.
Turns out it's just a Tanglefoot bag. Well, if they weren't willing to talk, then clearly they needed to be put down. And seeing as it's going to not notice the hypocrisy of that statement.
Huh.
I did tell you that there's a lot of things here that just... I mean, you're gonna find a lot of them.
During the entirety of this fight, the sad music that's coming from in here did not stop at all.
I'm also going to stack the bodies in arbitrarily here, about here.
Okay. Are you gonna
Burn
try to
them, I
like
don't have
pile
any
some
plan.
teapots around it?
No, I'm just stacking the bodies.
Okay.
Like find one of the open spaces that happens to be around that area, and then just stack them there, so they're out of the way.
Did any of the pots fill with blood from the one I killed? The teapots?
Most of them had their lids on, and those that got knocked off usually shattered. They're pretty extremely fragile.
Okay. Well, that's a day of job. Do you want to go check the music?
Yeah. It sounds like a good next stop.
Oh, is it? I know I have a flute. Can I try to memorize this song somehow? So maybe I can play it for Cronia next time.
You can make an intelligence check for that.
I wasted my 18. Let's see. Yep, I wasted my 18.
Yeah, you think you've got some of the notes down?
Nice.
Just
All
a few
right.
of them.
All
There's
of
a
them
C
from
note in
different
here.
parts of the song.
The basic melody.
Got it.
You guys take a peek in there. There is a lizard man mummy sitting on the seat of an organ, and his hands are kind of just going wild on the keyboard.
Man, if I was still at this, I would definitely have silent spell at ready. But I'm not, so
I wanna, just in case, I'm gonna touch Morgan and I'm gonna cast resistance on him. Because if that makes us crazy, I don't want someone with a lot of pew-pews going crazy.
I don't think I have a lot of pew-pew.
Well, you do, but I've seen you gotta get a little bit closer, and Morgan has a lot more of them. And fire.
Ooh. Get burned. Literally.
Well, I'm trying to avoid that. That's why I casted resistance on you.
Yeah. Alright, so we're heading towards the music.
You guys kind of cautiously make your way into the room. There's a strange like subtext to the music, which does sound beautiful if sad. And it kind of reminds you of different emotions. It's a song about dead lovers, song about martyrs' cries, cracks from burning wooden temples, and the clashing of swords and the breaking of swords in a hero's hands. Bagor, you notice above the organ, around where all the pipes are, there is a golden grate on the wall, very similar to the one you've seen before.
Golden grate?
There was a similar one inside the silence room.
Huh. Weird. The other one wasn't playing music. Do I get a sense that this is gonna affect somehow, like magically?
Not necessarily.
Okay, then for now I'm not gonna draw attention to it. I'm just gonna take note of where it is in case we need it.
Yeah.
He does have some kind of sheet music ahead of him on the organ. And as you kind of just sit there, trapped, just listening to the scale of the music, another lizard man comes in from further north, and without looking up from the music, the lizard sitting on the organ takes one hand and plunges it into the second lizard man mummy and rips out a new sheet of paper and places it in front of him.
Wow. It looks like they don't like each other. Does it look like it hurt the other guy?
No, he walked into that room, he got a hand stuck into him, and then he walked back out of the room.
Huh. Okay, that's weird even here.
And there is the door further north where he came from.
No others?
That is it.
Alright. Sega will start walking slower than usual, but still walking steadily towards that northern door. Is the organ player kind of in the middle of the room or against one of the
closer to the wall. It's a pretty small room, so he like happens to be closer to the middle of the room, but the organ's all arrayed against one wall.
Alright. Then I'll take the only path.
Yeah, you hug the right wall as you go around. And in the next room, it appears to simply just be this other mummy kind of walking along. His steps fall in time to the beat of the music.
Is he dancing?
No, he's more just pacing.
And doors?
Not that you can see.
No other openings? Alright.
So, a dead end. I'm gonna go a little bit further in and I'm gonna talk to it. Hello, good morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is. Hi.
He kind of looks at you and he tilts his head. sideways and then back up, and sideways and then back up, in time with the music.
Okay, that's weird. Hello. Sorry if I'm getting into something that I'm not supposed to, but they put a hand inside of you, and I couldn't help but notice that they pulled a page out. Are you okay?
He starts walking towards you.
I start getting ready just in case.
But he ends up walking past you, and he goes back into the room with the organ. And then a few seconds later, he starts coming back in here.
Yeah, at this point,
Okay.
Siegel will clap his hand onto Bagur's shoulder and says, "Come, friend, let's leave them to it." And starts leading him back the other way, back to the teapots. And
It's
what seems to be
kind
slightly
of
unusual,
weird.
Siga doesn't have his sword corporeal at the moment.
Okay.
There would have been more character description, but I created on that save. I rolled that for role-playing purposes, and I was not expecting that crit.
So you make it back through the organ room, not disturbed, other than kind of just stunned by the intricacy and skill of this player and the music. But you end up arriving back at the T-Bots. Seems to be exactly how you left it.
Well, that was weird. Um,
Shall we check those doors?
yeah, I'm gonna take the one up north. I'm gonna come closer to this one, and before I touch anything, is there any way? Well, no. Do I see anything that maybe tells me that this door has magic in it? Like any runes or something?
That's a good question. I will say that the door to the right, there appears to be no handle. It's a smooth surface built into the wall. You don't necessarily see a way that it would open unless you were able to push it. But it does not open that way, so for now, the way to the right is blocked off. But the door above and below are accessible. Why don't you make an investigation check, Bigor?
If
Coming
he's
up.
checking the upper one, the lower one.
Well, that's a 14.
Bagor, this door appears to be trapped in some way.
Huh. I'm just gonna say out loud. I miss Athas. He would have done something about this. This one has a trap, guys. So I don't know. I don't know if we want to open it.
And I
Siga doesn't notice anything with your door.
I do not believe this one is. Though
I guess we'll
it
go
would
to
be
the one that
unusual for
isn't.
one to be trapped but not the other. It is still possible.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little behind on the map, so I'm gonna make a couple of notes real quick.
I will say, Bagor, you think that this trap on this door is connected to the space directly in front of it as some sort of pressure plate. It looks to be mostly covered up with teapots, but you can tell that if any more weight would be added to it, it would probably be depressed and something would happen.
Maybe there's a way around this. Okay, maybe there's a way we can enter here. Do you want to check the other door first? Do you want to see if we can open it?
This door down here, I did not see any
Yeah.
traps, but if your door was trapped, then I suspect this one is as well. But if you wish, we can try it.
I mean,
Why
I have
trap
an
the
idea.
doors?
Okay, here's an idea. Let's gather a couple of teacups and put them over here in front of the door, just in case, and then... Well, no, that's not gonna work. Let me see. I'm gonna need something heavy to put here in front of the door because I think it's gonna activate the trap. So maybe we can unload it.
Put some teacups, some teapots on it.
All right. Quick GM ruling question: would my summoned weapons have any actual weight to them?
Probably.
All right. In that case, he will say, I can simply temporarily put a weapon upon it.
Put a hammer down on it.
Yeah, something heavy like a hammer or a mace.
Very well. I'll walk up to it near there and say, and shift my weapon into a giant two-handed maul. It's like, where shall I put this?
In front of the door. And maybe throw it so that we're not so close. And I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
All right, I'll take a step back to here as well, and then kind of underhand toss it so it lands just in front of the door.
Okay.
The maul.
When the plate is depressed, a thunder wave appears, blasting all of the teapots. Some of them bounce off the ceiling, and it also makes an extremely loud sound.
Oh.
Siga barely blinks. Apparently gunpowder's the thing, and he's been next to cannon.
That was a little loud, don't you think?
What?
Yes, it appears anyone will know we are here. We should move quickly.
What?
In response to the what, Siga will take 2 steps forward and open the door. And also grab the maul and shift it back into a greatsword. Actually, no, not shift it back. Just keep it as a maul. Just grab it.
You open this door and you see a room stacked with books. You notice a mummy woman talking with a gray glass golem, which you've seen before. She's kind of looking at you disapprovingly, but still talking to this golem.
I will bow my head in combination of acknowledgement and apology, and then close the door again and step back.
So how?
It is simply the other entrance to a room we have seen before.
Okay. Wanna try the other room then?
Let me try it. And I'm gonna come closer and try to open it.
Begor, as you get close, you also notice that there's a similar thing on the ground. Now that you know what you're looking for.
Oh. Okay, this one is probably gonna do the same thing.
You can also attempt to open the door without stepping on the plate.
Yeah, I want to try that. I don't want to make any more noises.
It'll be an easy one, but make a dexterity check.
Coming up.
Because two thunderclaps are significantly more noticeable than one.
That's an 18. 19.
You lean over and turn the knob, push the door open. Enough to get a glance inside. You see long latticed dry stone shards of slate held in dusty piles by gravity. Strange contraption of bridges over nothingness. The faces, the patterns in the slate kind of look like faces.
Alright. For clarity, same set of bridges we once fought in and found that mutant dog thing adjacent to.
This is definitely not the same room as that the dog was in.
Yeah, but is it the same set of bridges that it was attached to? Or okay,
actually,
is this a set of bridges we have seen before?
Okay, yeah, you're right. That was attached to the dog room, yeah. So that would be the north exit to that.
Alright.
Oh, okay. So it goes back here.
Alright.
Well, we found the shortcut. We can go to the alchemy room from here. And there's a couple of rooms that way that we didn't check.
Yep.
Sorry, it looks like I lost signal for a bit.
I don't remember what happened to that mutant dog thing. Did that die or did it just stop following you?
No, we fought a lot of things and then it went away.
I'm sad. Poor dog.
Yep, so you got a couple options, but be aware that if you head that way enough that you're going to run back into the laughing guy again.
Oh. Right. We don't have the silence spell this time.
No, we don't.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like a good idea right now.
Yeah.
I guess we don't have a lot of choices now. We can try with the other paths in the Grim Spindle room.
True. So where we want to go then?
I think so. The other option is bees or darkness.
Maybe in the future I can turn into a bee and see if they're violent or something.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so heading back north then?
Back to Spindle, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, for now.
Also, since I forgot to mention it, when we go back into that room, I'm going to collect all my caltrops again.
Okay.
That must be hard. Have to carefully pick them up one at a time.
Yes. You guys head through the silent silent hallway and make it back into the room with the Grim Spindle.
Yeah, and I'll use my pace into great sword sweeping technique, great axe sweeping technique to make the caltrops slightly easier to collect.
The ectoplasm that you've left here seems to be bubbling.
Alright, I'm going to go around with a great axe and like cut them all into quarters and separate them a little bit. All the I was about to say gloops of ectoplasm, which doesn't make sense. Little piles of ectoplasm. I'll go ahead and quarter all of them.
It seems to be like kind of boiling. It's bubbling from the inside. And what you've done seems to accelerate that.
You made the puddle angry.
This saddens me greatly.
But it seems to be a slow process. You can't notice any physical changes as you're staring at it.
I'm going to try to separate as small a bit of it as I can, just to see what it does. You know, kind of chop off a tiny piece and then see if I can cut it in half with the sword and separate it a little bit again, and so on.
A couple minutes pass by as you stare at the smallest speck, and it bursts into, like it collapses into a speck, and that speck bursts into a small puff of black smoke, and you can almost hear screams from within the smoke as it dissipates into the air.
Well, that is worrisome.
Huh.
What I wouldn't do for some holy water right now.
Did we maybe kill somebody somewhere in the planet?
I doubt it is anything so concrete.
All right.
Actually,
I'm gonna try
just to see if I've heard anything vaguely similar to this. But I crit failed, so no, I haven't.
Your studying has not, as much as you've tried to study the light, this kind of darkness is not in your study. Some darkness was. This is something much worse.
You said there was a door on each wall of this place, right?
Yes.
Like, can I try the one on the right to see where it leads? Slowly trying not to be found out.
Make a stealth check.
Yeah, more or less.
There are some strange shadow creatures here. They are similar in form to the ones that you have been releasing. Their eyes are different though. Instead of pits of blackness, they're more hollow, and like it's like a hollow center that goes all the way through their three-dimensional head that you can kind of just see through. And it's weird, like kind of each way they turn, you can see straight through them where their eyes would be.
Do I see any way out of that room?
That room, there's it goes further to the right, and it also goes up in a couple directions.
Alright. I'm gonna nope out of there. And I'm gonna tell everybody that there's more shadows over there.
I will say, with your make a perception roll.
All right. 17.
You saw two of these things. They looked like they were playing some kind of sport with balls on the ground.
Huh. Weird.
I will laugh if Sika doesn't see them at all because he sees through magical darkness and they're made of shadow.
Nice.
It's magical darkness.
Super magical.
Very well. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell everybody of what's going on and try the one down south.
That leads to something I believe you have seen before. A single flower is growing in this room, and its roots go down into the ground. This is the room adjacent to the Laughing Man, with a rose in it.
Oh, okay.
There is something in this room that noped us out. I seem to recall, but I don't remember what.
There is distant moaning
Dead
coming
bugs?
from the cracks in the floor. And worms crawling in and out of the cracks. And the smell of the roses kind of makes you feel strange feelings. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna take us back to where we didn't want to go.
For completion's sake, I'll check the left door.
Make a stealth roll.
Fantastic.
This is the closed door in the teapot's room. You don't see anyone in the teapot's room.
Huh.
All right.
Well, unfortunately, the way I see it, we only have one way we haven't gone. And it's through those shadows.
Yes. Which is fine. I see. Yeah, he's perfectly fine purging them. He said, Caleb mentioned that there's a couple exits going to the north. I would bet that those connect to the clay golem.
Possibly.
Shall we find out? Head into that room. See what happens. Purge some shadow demons.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead in front and open the door over there.
You go in. They are playing some sort of game where they pick up large balls and they try to throw them at a smaller ball on the ground and try to get their balls as close to the small one as possible.
And
And they speak with strangely sounding voices. Oh, good job, old chap.
they speak.
Well, the other ones didn't.
Yeah. I'm going to imagine that one of them said that as I was opening the door. And once he heard that, he just completely stopped. Like with the door half open.
Good throw, good form.
Cool. We went to an old guys club. Are you alright, Sega? You
Yes,
seem
it's just
shocked.
unexpected. Mind you, at this point, he definitely has his great sword out.
I'm gonna put my hand over yours and I'm gonna be like, maybe hold in the meantime. I mean, you wouldn't want to be playing on the street and some guy comes and shoves a sword up your face or something like that.
No, I suppose I wouldn't.
Let me go in first, just in case. And I'm gonna walk in, like, not trying to call attention, but not stealthily either.
So as you go in, you can definitely see this hallway here leads to your Clayman The two shadows are playing kind of down here in the lower room, and there's a third shadow in the upper room. The door you're coming out of is bottom left, and there is one more exit that kind of leads to two different doorways here. So all in all, there are 3 shadows. 2 of them are kind of playing a game in the south room, and the other one is kind of just minding his own biz in the top room. So what do you say again?
I'm just gonna come in, look around like a tourist, see if they react.
They seem to be involved in their game.
Okay, I'm gonna signal to the others like to come, and I'm gonna make for this door.
One of them tosses their ball and it rolls kind of by your feet, and they stare at you with their hollow eyes. And then
Hi.
the other one throws their ball in the same direction. And they start moving towards you.
No. It's okay. I can bring them back. Don't worry.
They stop for a second.
And I'm gonna try to push the balls away with my sword. I don't want to touch it.
These balls seem to be made out of just mashed up and crushed, compressed moths, slightly glowing. And you kind of try to gently kick it back towards them, and they bend down and pick it up, and they pick up a smaller ball, and they throw it in the other direction, and then start throwing their larger balls towards it.
All right. Excuse me. Sorry, coming through. And I'm gonna try to keep going to the door.
When I see him doing that, I will hesitantly follow him.
Yeah.
Keeping my back to the wall.
There is kind of like a wall right in front of this door, so there's 2 different ways to go, one slightly up and one slightly down.
I'm gonna go up for now. I just wanna get out of that room for now.
This room directly in front of you. I know you've been in this area before, but I don't know if you've seen this. This is a bubbling reddish brown stew mulch with terrible odors. It would be a room next to the laboratory if you have seen it.
I don't think we looked into any of the rooms.
The room directly south of here, this south room is the laboratory, I believe.
Alright.
Yeah, the south room is the laboratory. And this north room is some kind of compost pile for his carnivorous plants. There is a door here that leads further north.
Other than the compost, nothing else is reacting over here?
No, it seems to be doing its own thing. Bubbling and gross, smells terrible.
Well, that's an interesting smell. I don't want to spend a lot of time here. I'm just gonna go up and check the door. See what's inside.
This door to the north is pitch black in it. Do you normally have dark vision, Bagor?
I think I do. Let me check. Yeah, I do.
You can see a little bit inside of it. However, it looks like the floor is a couple pits. It would be pretty difficult to jump across these pits, but it's a possibility.
I will go follow him and go up and try to lean over the pits and see what's in them / in the bottom of them.
It is far enough down where you can see. You think you can follow the walls down it, but it just fades into something completely black, which to you suggests that there's something black in there and not that you can't see it.
All right.
Maybe I haven't mentioned this before, Siga, but I'm not a fan of high places.
It's about 40 feet down.
Okay. That's not the worst.
Oh,
What were
give me
the
a
other
second.
doors?
I'll be right back.
If you would be able to jump past the double pits, there does appear to be another door further north. But from where you are south, most of the other options are doors to and from the lab. And there's quite a lot, actually.
How wide, roughly, are the pits?
There is an extremely small sliver of land in between them. I would say it's like a 20-foot jump onto the small sliver of land, and then another immediate 20-foot jump.
I'm back. I'm getting an idea, but I'm gonna have to find something out. Give me one sec.
I'm trying to look up the 5e jumping rules.
It's probably based on your strength.
It is.
Cover a number of feet equal to your strength score. So if you have a strength of 10, you can jump 10 feet.
That doesn't seem like enough.
I can jump 16 then.
You have 16 strength in your base form?
Yeah.
Wait,
I got
then.
wow.
18 as a bear, I think.
I can't imagine a bear jumping 18 feet.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I mean,
So
that
the-
assumes 10-foot run up.
Yes, it
think.
does.
Probably.
There's a bear on the
So
other side of the
the
room.
second jump is even more difficult than the first jump.
I have one casting of fly left, which seems insufficient. Okay,
How about some whip tricks?
That only leads straight up, and you're kind of trapped in an invisible room.
Oh.
how high is the ceiling?
Probably high enough for whatever you're asking about.
All right, because something I don't think the fly spell mentions is carry weight while flying.
It's probably tied to your normal carry weight.
You're gonna carry us
If you're
across?
overburdened, like your speed goes to 0.
But I was thinking, like, worst case, assuming you can just carry someone across, which seems unlikely given that. But just being an anchor point for swinging rope. Having someone flying. And then
The ceiling's
anchoring
pretty
it.
smooth, so you wouldn't have anything to grab on. It'd be purely up to
No, I know.
your power.
Okay, yeah. That's why I was asking
You
about
could
the carry.
attempt to fly across and see if you could anchor the rope on both sides and then use it to shimmy across.
Well, how about we ride the bear?
The bear can't even make it.
We cast flight on the bear.
I mean, I was thinking basically have a swinging rope, but instead of attaching the top to something, you just have the flying person be
just
attachment point.
just hold it in the meantime.
Well, probably around your waist or something, or make a harness, but
My vote is flying bear. We have to ride the flying bear into battle.
Let's see. I'm
Yeah, like-
trying to.
One person just
I don't-
brings it up to the other side of the fly, and then like anchors it somehow.
can Bagur change into large creatures yet?
That
mean-
is not. Yes, he can, but that's not.
But I don't think that big.
It's not particularly
no.
like a function of his. So like, he could. There might be like an easy large beast that he could have transformed into from level 1. So it's more about what the strength of the large creature
Yeah,
is.
I was just saying because apparently in the rules, larger creatures can carry more weight. Large
Yes.
creatures double medium, which is why I asked. So if a large creature with high strength might be able to carry.
I'm thinking about that, but I don't see. At least they don't say it. Most of the beasts that I see over here that don't fly don't have like a jumping quality.
Well, yeah, it's
the
part of
the
athletics.
largest, probably some of the largest creatures that you have encountered, Bagor, would be a giant boar.
Yeah, and that's super jumpy kind of.
It's fast.
All right.
Mm,
So apparently, assuming this SRD is probably accurate. Carrying capacity is 15 times your strength in pounds. So if the bear has strength 18, then that'd be 270 pounds.
It's 17.
And if
Or the
270.
boar would be 17.
Okay.
But it's large.
Yeah, so that'd be oh come on. 18 times 15 gave me the math equation, but 17 times 15 is a movie.
So you said you double it for a large creature?
Compared to a medium creature, yes.
So that'd be 500 pounds, basically.
Which seems like if carry weight while flying is determined by your strength and normal carrying capacity, that seems like it'd be enough to carry someone.
Yeah, you can probably ferry using that. Not both at the same time. But one at a time if you wanted.
I still have my weasel form. I don't think that's gonna be like super heavy.
Well, he was suggesting making you fly.
Oh.
Yeah, because the fly spell is one willing creature, not the person who casts the spell.
Flying giant bear.
So the flying boar could. Morgan and Iga could ride a flying boar across the pits.
Yes.
Assuming we want the spell and my spell slot and one of your changes.
I think it's worth the price.
For the cool factor alone, I think.
Yeah, let's do that.
No one else in this room is going to see this, but we will know it happened.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna turn into the bear then.
It's a giant boar.
Oh. Yeah, let's go with that too.
So how big is this boar?
It's a large beast. It doesn't say how big I am.
Large
is it occupies a 10 by 10 square, so it might be close to 10 feet from nose to butt.
Wow.
That's a very big boar.
Big boy.
Alright, you assume this new form, and all of a sudden you become very lightweight, and you can, after adjusting, you can control your own movement in the air.
Fly, boar, fly.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit down so that somebody can jump on top of me.
I'll help Morgan climb up on his back.
Morgan climbs on up.
On the theory that in case I need to climb up on my own roll something, I probably have better.
I don't believe you keep your dark vision when you transform, so you are a little bit blind, but Morgan can help you out with that with some light, I believe.
Light isn't constant.
Yeah.
I can just cast it on one of his tusks.
Okay.
I'll fire firebolts into the
flashlights shining into your own eyes. But
yeah,
kind
I'm
of
not gonna be
hop, skip, and jump across the pits, delicately landing and launching yourself back up again because you feel a little bit more comfortable on the ground. But you make it across, no problem.
Whee!
And then you do the same. You let him down. Come back for Siga. Siga, you notice as you're jumping over, you can't help but look down the first pit with the black something inside the second pit. You can see a skeleton at the bottom of it.
I'm so tempted to ask if I could Eldritch Blast it on the way, but I won't.
And we will end the session with a flying giant boar.
Seems amazing.
Battle music.
I don't think there's gonna be a session we end with something cooler than this.
I'm imagining the flight spell. Like, even though I know it doesn't do it, but like wings just pop out of the boar's side. But it's like magical wings. You know, semi-transparent.
Did we just herald the apocalypse? I mean, there's so many things that are when pigs fly, and a pig just flew.
Kinda,
Dangerous
yeah.
omens.
Alright. I should probably head to bed. So, good night all.
Yep, good night.
See you.
Yep. Night.
Well, guys, see you. Bye.
I'll also head out.
Good night.
See you.